How's it going, guys? Today I'd like to talk to you about overcoming addiction. This is gonna be a very interesting video because even the things that I'm about to say, it applies for me as well because I have my own addictions. So to be fair, we're gonna start right now. So I read this article here about mental health, and then it gave me 5 tips on how we can start to control our addictions, and then over time we can kill and overcome them. So let's start right now. The first one is set a quit date. It might be helpful to choose a meaningful date like a special event, birthday or anniversary, but that's what you need to do. So you need to set a quitting date. When are you gonna stop doing what you're doing? And I'm gonna be a little bit rough now. Some of you may not have like a drug or alcohol addiction, but you could have other addictions. Maybe you have a phone addiction. You know, like you can go to sleep before scrolling Instagram for at least 3 hours a day, and you know that you're supposed to be sleeping way earlier than what you're doing, and you can't because you're addicted to your phone. Like every time you tell yourself, and that works for me, that applies for me. I need to be working at a certain time, let's say 11 o'clock or midnight or whatever. Just for example, I end up sleeping 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning because I'm on my fucking phone watching Instagram or YouTube or a bunch of other things. And even though sometimes I'm studying, but again, I know that this is gonna be bad for the next day. It's just an example, but it is an addiction, you know? Some of y'all, and a lot of people, they don't talk about it, some of y'all have porn addiction. Porn addiction, yes. Yes, it's more common than what you think it is, but a lot of people, they hide it because they're too afraid of being judged. And let me tell you, it's not wrong for you to have an addiction. What is wrong is for you not to do anything about it. Okay, you have your addiction. Okay, I get it. I have a lot of addictions as well. A lot of things that I don't feel proud and I'm trying to change. But the first thing is you have to acknowledge it. So I don't care, oh, I have an alcohol addiction, oh, I have a drug addiction, or I have a phone addiction, I have an Instagram addiction, or I have porn addiction, I have whatever the fuck addiction, I don't know. But the first thing is acknowledging it. First thing is acknowledging it, set a quit date. And we need to be really open about it because the only way for you to overcome an addiction, for you to become a better human being on the long run is, again, it's by acknowledging it and then doing something about it. And yes, taking steps forward into breaking this bad habit down and replace this habit, because what you do, that's a habit, you know, replace this old shitty habit with a new one until you can overcome it or at least control it a little bit for now, and then on the long run you can break this habit. So the second one is change your environment. So remove any reminders of your addiction from your home and workspace. That is a good one, right? So changing your environment can be a good thing. Number 3, distract yourself. Instead of giving in an urge to use, come up with an alternative activity, such as going for a walk or calling a friend or family members to talk, so that keep you busy until the urge passes. Be prepared to deal with things that trigger your cravings, such as being in an environment where others are using. So for example, a lot of us, we need triggers. Like we have little triggers. The thing triggers and something happens in our mind, and then we have a fucking desperate urge to do whatever the fuck that we're doing. So whether it is, okay, maybe smoking a cigarette or drinking, or again, porn, or I don't know, even watching videos on Instagram like crazy, TikTok and a bunch of shit. All these things that you know are harmful for you, but you're doing it. You need to cut off the triggers. What is triggering it? You have to first acknowledge what is triggering it, and then maybe try to change the environment and try to distract yourself. And I know it's easier said than done. I know it applies for me as well. A lot of the times I'm doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing, and it's hard for me to control. But again, you have to force it. You have to force it, no matter if you're feeling like it or not. The only way is for you to face it. You have to face it. There's no other way. The fourth thing is reveal your past attempts at quitting. Think about what worked and what did not work. Consider what might have contributed to relapse and make changes accordingly. So if you've ever tried, like for example, say you've tried to stop smoking, you've tried to quit smoking, and you've tried to quit smoking several times in the past, but you always relapse, and you can never stop it. What is the thing that's really creating this scenario? Because I think to be fair that at least it's my perspective, but in my opinion, a addiction or any addiction that you have is nothing more than your system like kind of creating a fake escape system for you to kind of balance the insatisfaction of your life. So you must be or unsatisfied with your life in some sort of way. So you need to use this other thing right here to try and make up for that insatisfaction that you have. So like the pleasure that you get from doing what you're doing, whether it's drinking or smoking or anything that causes you a little bit of relaxation or whatever. Some people, they smoke, for example, it helps them relax. You have to understand, why are you so stressed to the point that you need to smoke 20 cigarettes a day? For example, why are you so stressed to the point that you need to watch pornography? Why are you so stressed to the point that you say that you're not going to do something and then you end up doing it anyway? That thing is controlling you. If you say that you want to stop doing something and you end up doing it anyway, then you lost control over it. And if you lost control over it, then there must be something wrong. So I think this is the addiction, and addressing this problem and then understand what is the root cause of it is one of the biggest ways that you can overcome it, or again take the first step to control it. And last but not least is seek treatment. I know it's not easy for some of us. Some of us, we need to have money to go for a therapist or for any support network group that's gonna help us overcoming the problem. But what you need to understand is that a lot of the times we cannot do things by ourselves as well. So if you've tried everything you could to stop smoking, to stop doing whatever you're doing with your addiction, maybe it's time for you to seek treatment. And again, if this addiction is actually a part of your life on a daily basis and it's affecting other areas of your life, then that means there's definitely something wrong and you need to take care of it. And again, this channel is about mental health, personal development, and taking care of your addiction. It is one of the biggest things that you need to do, one of the best things that you do for you to take care of yourself, whatever your addiction is. So if you've tried everything and if it didn't work, what you need to do in this case is just seek treatment. And keep on working on yourself. Don't give up on it. I know it's hard. I know it could be the battle of our lives to give up on something that is really hard for us. But just by you watching this video, just by you trying to understand what your addiction is, just by you trying to understand how can you start to control it a little bit, or how can you actually quit that thing forever if you know that's not beneficial to you, that's the first step, And as long as you keep taking small steps towards doing that, then chances are you're probably gonna be able to make it in the end. So all the things I'm saying apply to me as well. I'm not gonna expose myself and tell you what are my addictions, maybe one day, but I had very bad addictions in the past, okay? And I don't feel even good when I talk about it. It makes me ashamed of myself. But I had these addictions, my environment created it, my circumstances created it. It was the only way I had to cope with my problems. And it's hard. It was always hard, but it's something that I had to take care of, and I still have to take care of to this day in order for me to be controlled and not to relapse. So it is very hard. Again, we all have our demons. Some people, they have more addictions than others, but I think especially people like us that are going through a lot in our lives, we've been dealing with so many problems, so much shit that's going on. We tend to have more addictions. We tend to fall on these tracks because that's escapism that we have in order for us not to blow up and completely go insane in our minds, But again, if you want to become a better person, you need to take care of all these areas. And it really takes time. It really takes energy. You have to look inside. You have to try. You have to really, really, really see how you're going to be able to kill that thing and remove that out of your life so you can become better, happier, and over time, I just want you to become a happier person, a more fulfilled person. And you need to do this. you need to do this in order to become that person as well. So I hope this video is insightful in any way. We are on this journey together. If you like this video, please subscribe for more. We're going to be talking about personal development in this channel, depression, anxiety, self-love, all these things for us to become better spiritually and mentally, and even other areas as well. So I hope you liked it, and I'll see you later. Have a good one, guys. Bye.